was watching another podcast, the Grocery Girls.
She needs a haircut. Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, I'm Cecilia.
This is the Yarn Mews podcast. Today we have a special guest. This is our first guest ever on the podcast, so we'll splice it in later.
Yes. You'll be thrilled.
Thrills, chills, and excitement.
That's what we bring here in this podcast.
Right. As you watch women knit.
Yes. You know what? I've watched that whole Norwegian sheep to shawl contest on Netflix, and it was funny because, of course, my husband was there, and he's like, "It's strangely fascinating."
I haven't had the real interest to watch that yet, but if you want to, it's on Netflix. I don't know what it's called.
You just type it. It's just slow knitting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, slow knitting.
And we tried to watch the train one, but I got seasick. So
there's a slow train one.
Yes, it's the train from Oslo to Bergen.
So, but is it called slow train?
You just type in slow train, and it's the Norwegian train from Oslo to Bergen.
Because if you type in crazy train, that's not what you're gonna get.
No,
just saying. Anyway.
It's not crazy. It's slow.
Yes, right. Anyway, we were at Vogue Knitting Live in Minneapolis all weekend long. It was a long weekend. It was a great weekend.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody who stopped by and said hi. That was fun.
It was awesome. It was so nice to see so many people and customers and new customers. Got to meet a very nice lady from Nebraska. I didn't catch her name, but hey.
Lots of a whole busload of women came from Nebraska.
Yes.
Now, why didn't we think to take our little cards that had our podcast on it?
Because I hadn't printed them up, and
I don't know. I forgot to take the men's yarn night flyers as well, and I forgot to mention men's yarn night. I have forgotten to mention it forever since we've been doing this podcast, so I'm mentioning it now, Jay. We have men's yarn night once a month on a Thursday evening. I believe it's this Thursday.
Yes, it's this Thursday. Because one of the gentlemen from it stopped by the booth this weekend, and we talked to him. So 6 to 8 this Thursday night. If you're a man, come on in and sit and knit with other men who are knitting and or crocheting. Yes.
If you're a woman, you can come and gawp at them, I guess.
Yes. Take photos, just like monkeys at the zoo. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure they really appreciate it.
Not that these men are monkeys.
No.
No. Anyway, we do have a men's yarn night.
That do anything at the zoo.
Yeah.
Although I will say when
I wonder if you could teach a monkey how to knit.
Probably. I don't know why not.
Yeah, why not?
Taught me how to knit. I can do it. It's really
the apes can do it too.
The apes can do it too.
So you were going to say something, and then
one day we went to the zoo really early.
Yeah.
And apparently the tigers got fed really early. They were right at the cage. Normally you go and the tigers just look like they're stuffed animals they throw out various spaces. They were standing right by the fence going, rah, rah, rah. It's like, where's my grub? It was the best day because it's like, look, they're alive. Simple pleasures at the zoo.
Yes, I guess. So anyway, we were at Vogue Knitting Live. We had a booth there. We had the women from Polka Dot Sheep out in Montana. They're a hand dyer. Came out and they were in the booth with us on Saturday.
Ladies.
So nice.
Oh.
Amy and I can't remember the other two's names because I'm terrible with names and I email back and forth with Amy all the time. But yeah, they were great, and
their colors are so awesome.
They are. My only regret. Did you talk to Amy about that?
No.
Oh, you should have. My only regret was that the samples that they brought for tenderfoot, which is what we carry here in the store, it's the fingering weight. They brought this beautiful sample that is called Rule of Thirds. And I think it's by Nona Davenport, but you can look it up on Ravelry. But anyway, it was 2 semi-solids and then a speckled. And I had bought mostly variegated and speckled kind of yarns, and I didn't have the semi-solids to go with it. So that's my only regret, is that I wish I had known what the samples were that they were bringing, and then I would have bought the appropriate colors. But, I'll know better next time.
Next time.
Yeah. And then we had some cool kits from Mrs. Crosby. And we had all the samples from Kelbourne Woolens, which will be also in the store this week.
Yes. Those are gorgeous.
Yeah, so we have Andorra and Scout from Kelbourne Woolens. I'm sorry, we don't have any of the yarns in front of us, so I can't even hold it up to you and show you. But
they're beautiful.
yeah, maybe I'll take
Trust
a picture and insert it, or grab a picture off of their website and insert it.
I love that reindeer sweater.
Which one was that?
That's the color work out of the Scout.
Oh,
the
yeah,
gray
yeah.
and the
The
light
gray and
gray.
the creamish, yeah, whatever it was.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
I loved
color.
that maroon sweater, which I don't know the name of it either, but
We're a fine.
yeah, I know, right? we're really tired. I'm just saying. It was a long weekend.
It was oofta.
Yeah.
I was so exhausted by the end of
Yeah,
it.
me too. Sorry, I've got a hair in my eye or something. Yeah, and I took a class. I took Amy Dachin's How to Knit Faster class, which Cecilia's reaction was, why? You already knit fast?
You knit faster than anyone here.
So she had us measure how fast we knit in 2 minutes. She had us count our stitches, and I was 75 stitches in 2 minutes.
Too many crickets.
The fastest knitter in the world, Hazel, around 150 stitches in 2 minutes. So I got a little ways to go. So yeah, that's what I
What do you
know.
do when you knit that fast?
Make more things for the store. I mean, that's the only reason.
You know,
Well,
the nice
that
thing-
because I'm a competitive person are the only reasons why I wanted to knit fast. Yeah. Oh, I did that last row one. No, I didn't, because it was garter stitch, so it's fine.
Yay.
So anyway, that's what we did this weekend, and the weekend before we had our grand reopening, which was really fun because Melissa Leitman came and spent some time with us. It was great having her here.
She's so nice.
She is. She is.
She's just too nice.
Yeah.
You should go and buy all her books and take
Absolutely.
all her classes.
Yes.
Because she's the best.
She's got an a Craftsy class or two. I don't know. Yeah. So that was fun.
I have almost all of her books.
Yeah. Well, they're great.
They are.
Yeah. She's got a new one coming out this December called Modular Shawls.
Ooh.
And the idea, she had it here with her that weekend, a hot off the press first copy kind of thing. And the idea behind it is that she tells you how to make little triangles, and then she shows you how to put them together modularly to form different shawl shapes.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
yeah, it was kind of cool. But that'll come out in December, and I know we'll be ordering quite a few of them because people who were here that weekend were like, yes, I want that. Yes, I want that. So
Fabulous.
yeah. So I suppose we should talk about what we're knitting on, what we've been working on, and then we'll go to Janine's interview.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us what you're doing.
All right. Well, I am still working on the antler for my granddaughter. Here I am. We got the sleeve, so I'm on the yoke part. So almost there. Get the yoke done, and then I'll just have to pick up for the button band, which will not have buttons. And
Stella doesn't like buttons.
she won't do buttons. She's 9. Everyone was like, oh, it's just a face. It's been going on since she was like 3. Obviously not a face. Still won't do them.
Well, I had to say, kid wouldn't wear zippers either until he got into middle school. And then he was like, oh, okay, everybody else is wearing jeans. I guess I'll wear them too. So, peer pressure.
Maybe, yeah. But anyway, she's very excited about it. She knows, last time we were with her mom and her, and she said, Grandma's making me a sweater. So she's excited about it.
And that green would be the perfect Minnesota wild green. I'm just saying. So,
Well, I'm thinking that she's not going to take up watching hockey, but she's welcome to if she'd
Why
like to.
not?
Because hockey's very stressful. I can't do hockey. She won't even watch football with me. I tried.
Yeah, okay.
It
Well,
makes
I
me
get it.
sad. But I watch football by myself, which is okay.
Charles doesn't watch it with you?
No, and sometimes he'll come in like part way and he'll be like, oh, he's never been a football person. I mean, I had to work on being able to watch football myself. I love football. When I married him, I just assumed he watched football because doesn't that what everybody does?
Guys?
Yeah. And no, he's like, well, why are we wasting a Sunday watching football? I'm like, because it's football. So I had to work on him. It was like, hey, let's watch the Super Bowl. So he was willing to watch the Super Bowl because snacks and commercials. And so, and then I'm like, well, I need to watch the playoff games so I know who's playing in the Super Bowl. And then pretty soon I'm like, well, surely I can watch the Vikings. So now, and then I tried to get him to watch with me and explain how the game works, and because I find that
Well, maybe you just need to provide snacks and beverages,
but
like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but then it's like he gets up and he wonders, and finally I'm like, just go do something else because you're getting in my way. And then he'll chabber about something because he's not paying attention to the game, and then it's like, oh, blah blah blah. Like, I don't care. No, I'm not talking about that right now. I don't care what it is. Unless the world is on fire, do not talk to me during football.
So
we get 16 games a year. Okay.
Yeah, I get 82. So
yeah,
if I miss one, oh well.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing. So we haven't filmed at this time of day before. It's in the afternoon, and you've got quite a lot of light on your face. I think it's coming from that window that's reflecting the sun
right into my eyes.
Yeah. Do you
It's
want to
sort of
move
like being
over?
tortured. Maybe.
I don't know where we'd move to, but I suppose we could move this way.
You could.
Okay. So,
Hold on.
yeah, we'll just move you like this. Is that going to be far enough?
I don't know. Scoot it over.
Oh, yeah.
What's better anyway? Now I just see spots. Where the sun was shining in my eyes so
Yes,
brightly.
yeah, well, anyway, that was fun.
Yeah. That
okay.
little action shot there.
So what I finished this morning, except that I have to sew the ends together, is the Finja cowl, Finja, and it's made out of a yarn that we don't regularly carry in the store. It's made out of Juniper Moon Farm Stargazer brushed. Whew, yes! Which is an alpaca and nylon blend.
It's very pretty.
It's very pretty. We'll have these kitted up in the store maybe later next week. I mean, later this week or early next week. I'm not really sure.
Depends on how quickly it takes us to get everything put
Yeah.
away. And
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to put back. Yeah. So anyway, there's that, and then and that was fun to knit. It is stranded knitting flat, so that's kind of a pain, but it's not very many stitches, so it wasn't terrible. You just have to make sure on the edge stitches with the white that you lock them in place or twist them with the black yarn before you start knitting with the white, so you get no holes. And then I'm working on Not Quite Plaid, which is this is going to be a white scarf, but it also comes in a shawl pattern. But you can see right here, I've got some drop stitches. I don't know if you can see those.
they're supposed to be that way.
They're supposed to be that way, and then when I block it, those drop stitches will become more noticeable. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Oh, I finished my FF backward.
Yay!
I wore it to VK Live yesterday.
She
and
looked awesome in it.
Thank you. I was going to bring it today, and I completely forgot it. Darn it. So,
It
oh, well.
happens. You
Yeah.
can bring it next time.
Yeah, I'll bring it next time. The only thing is, I kind of feel like it's a little short on me.
It's really cute on her.
I had
Don't
other
listen to
people
her.
say, no, it's fine. Look, that sun's right back in your eyes, isn't
Yes, the sun hates me.
Man.
It's my mortal enemy. I hate the
it?
sun.
Or, you're just so bright. You glow.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You're a crazy person.
Okay, so we're going to have our little break with Janine, and then we'll come back afterwards. Hi, everyone. We're meeting with Janine Cosell today. She's one of our fabulous yarn reps from
She
the
is.
company Euro Yarns,
Thanks, guys.
and former employee here, and an author of Swedish hand knits and Norwegian hand knits. If you
Both
haven't seen
awesome
them,
books.
you got to look for them. So we just thought we'd have a little conversation with Janine.
Cool.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thanks for coming, Jay.
Absolutely.
So, you want to tell us a little bit what the life of a yarn rep is like?
Well,
'Cause-
tell us what a yarn rep is first, because I
Yeah.
bet you a lot of these people don't know.
Well, first of all, I work with Knitting Fever. The division is Euro Yarns. And basically, I get to talk about yarn all day to yarn shops in 8 states across our wonderful country. I get to drive to wonderful stores, see and meet lots of wonderful people, and show them all the new yarns and colors, fibers, and things that are new and coming up for the next season. What's kind of fun and interesting is here in Minnesota, we are freezing cold today, and I was talking to them earlier today about cottons and silks and linens and things that will be more summer yarns. So I travel in the wintertime selling summer yarns. I travel in the summertime selling winter yarns.
Yeah.
And I have a great time. I'm a really lucky person. I say that all the time.
So Janine is one of, well, let's see. In the past week, we've seen 3 different yarn reps from 3 different companies. Well, representing more than 3 companies,
Yeah.
really. And I'm going to England next week, and then after I get back, we'll see probably 3 more, and then there's market in January, and we see even more if we go.
If we go.
So, so tell us about. No, I'm not going to make you say anything incriminating about any of your shops that you see, because that would be bad.
Okay.
And I want you to have good business.
Oh, thank you.
But tell us about the most interesting, not store that you go to, but the most interesting location that you go to.
Gosh, most interesting
Like
location.
city or whatever that you find interesting.
It would have to be Branson, Missouri.
Okay.
Branson, actually, for all the big fun and excitement that goes on there are 3 yarn shops that I go visit. And for as much as I love the shops and I love the people that I work with, I complain all the time about the hills. And the last time I had to drive my former car, as I was going over the last hill, I could hear my car tell me, "I'm never doing this again. I'll get you in and out this time." So I worry about the driving there, but it's.
Do you have a new car?
I do have a new car.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
What do you have?
I bought a Nissan Rogue. I needed something that had low miles and a really good engine. And
Are those the ones that look like the Stormtrooper head?
it is, and mine's even white. So yes, it looks like that even more so. It does completely. That's exactly what it
I
looks
know
like.
what it is.
But I love all you guys in Branson. You guys are great. I even love that. I look forward, actually, interestingly enough, to staying at the hotel I stay in. The people are great. But yeah, I just complain about the hills there. It's the most interesting because of all the people that come to Branson for all of the performances and stuff, and
Yeah.
and people, the people watching just in the hotel lobby is really great. But it's a lot of fun.
Have you
But-
seen anyone famous?
No, I haven't. I have not seen anybody famous. I was trying to think. No, I have not yet seen anybody famous. And I'm sorry, Branson. I haven't even yet been to any of the performances, but I plan to sometime. This time I drove in and drove out. Stayed only one night in Branson. Usually I like to stay a couple nights just to try to like the hills and stuff a little bit better. This time it didn't work out so well.
The one time I went to Branson, so we went to a family reunion at a resort near there, and a tornado went through. So
You might have been there.
Nice.
That's part of apparently why I like the hotel I stay in, because the hotel I stay in was completely leveled by straight line winds, and they rebuilt this hotel, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
And like I said, the people are great. But yeah,
I must say
happens.
it was right after we left. Like we left, and then there were still family members there, and it went through. It was like, well, I'm glad we were out of there.
I've never been to Branson.
Yeah.
I've never been
recommend
to
it.
Missouri at all.
Really?
the
Not
young
even
women like it.
driving through?
Nope.
Wow.
I've not been to the South. What's really funny is, you ever done that thing on the interwebs?
Okay, Missouri's
where
not the South, but whatever.
It is.
It is the South. They have
We can. Fight
what's
about
that little
this
funny
all
animal that you like?
Armadillo?
Yeah, they have armadillos in
So it has to be the
It
south.
has to be the south, right?
Anywho, the map thing where you can go and click all the states you visited, right? And there's like Georgia and Florida over here. That's all I've been to. But then in the West, I've been everywhere except for Utah and Nevada. And so there's this little hole right here, like all the way around, because you don't count airports. I've been to Salt Lake City Airport.
Yeah.
No, you can't count airports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been to the biggest airport.
Can you count if you've just driven through?
Yes, driving through counts because you've been there for probably a couple hours.
I mean, I haven't been to Rhode Island.
I've never been to Rhode Island, never been that far.
I've been to Rhode Island when I lived in
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
well, it's because you lived out
I
there.
can't remember
right.
if I've ever been to Delaware. What cities are in Delaware? I can't remember the
I don't know. What's the capital of Delaware?
Dover,
Wilmington?
Wilmington.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
I don't think
Sorry,
I've been there.
Delaware.
Sorry, we failed Delaware's test.
Apparently, our 6th grade state capital test as well.
Yeah,
And I may not have ever been to West Virginia. I've been to Virginia, but I don't think West Virginia or Kentucky.
I don't know if I've actually been to Virginia. I've been to D.C. and I don't been to Maryland. I don't know that we went to Virginia.
I went to the University of Virginia for a weekend.
Well, there you go. That'll do it. No.
Okay, so what else can we ask Janine? Are you writing another book?
Sue Flanders says not for a very long time.
Sue Flanders is Janine's co-author. So
Yes. No, that when we were
I mean,
done
you'd
with our
have to
second book.
you'd have to do like Finland or Iceland.
Well, and we were actually asked to
Denmark.
do a finished book, and Sue said no. And I said, Sue, we can never say no. We have to say not for a very long time.
Yes.
So it's not for a very long time. Although what's interesting is Entrelock is unique to Finland as far as origin and where it came from.
Really?
So yeah, so that would be the thing to study.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about it, but no one has. Once we said no, no one's asked again. But who knows?
It'd be
Maybe
fun to
someday.
go to Finland, though.
I would love to go to Finland. I would love it.
I think it'd be very
Yeah,
interesting.
it would be. Maybe you should do a tour there, and we could.
That'd be awesome. A knitting tour in Finland. We should.
There's a movie called Special Exports, which takes place in Finland.
Sorry about the phone ringing.
It's about this group of locals, and the one kid discovers that this group of Russians have bought this mountain basically, and they're excavating, and he realizes what they're looking for is Santa Claus, but it's not the Santa Claus you're thinking of. It's this evil ancient spirit, and they
Okay.
of course let him loose, and
Yeah, no.
nothing good happens.
Really?
But it's beautifully shot because it's Finland, and they're herding reindeer because they're Sami people, and they're this is where they're making all their money, and so there's issues because of the Santa issue, and so I highly recommend.
I don't think
if
we
you
can
like
watch that.
I'm not watching it.
if you like Scandinavian horror films, which I recommend because they're very entertaining.
It's a very specific small genre.
There's-
Scandinavian horror.
There's actually several that I could recommend.
Where's the favorite place you've been for a knitting related thing? And tell us about the trip.
Well, that would have to have been my trip to Norway and Sweden. I went in 2009.
I
Sue
knew she was
Flanders
going
and
to
I
say
did.
that, but whatever.
Well, it was pretty extraordinary. It was wonderful. And my favorite thing about the trip has to have been I was asked to teach the dancing hat from Norwegian hand knits. I was asked to teach that, and that was wonderful. Plus all the wonderful women that I met and I'm still very good friends with. I think that was pretty exciting, and it was something fun to share with Sue. It was great.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask you about your cowl because I believe it's null binded.
This is.
No.
My cowl is null binded.
Bended, yeah. I wasn't
yes.
sure if it was binded or bended, so
Yep,
there you go.
yep. Actually,
You got to hold it up closer to the camera so they can actually
do you see the stitches? This is actually a needle, and plus, if you see the scallop on the edge, it's actually crocheted. But the body of it, the center is all null binding.
And it's a Mobius.
It is.
Explain what a Mobius is.
Mobius is a circle that continues on forever and ever with a half twist
So if you start here and you start going around and following it,
It's all one plane.
it all ends up in the same spot. It's so cool.
Very fun, very cool. I actually made, after Sue and I were done with Swedish hand knits, I was not happy with knitting. I was I had been sick, and there were some other things going on that were not necessarily book related, but personally related, and I was not happy with knitting. So I think I null-binded, I don't know, a dozen of these, and actually
I got one.
Cecilia got one. I made one for everybody. I still wanted wool in my hands, but I needed to put down the knitting needles, and so I did a bunch of these. And I liked doing these scrappy because, frankly, then it goes with everything, and I can grab it and throw it on and wear it with anything.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a needle looping technique that you do over your thumb with a threaded needle. And I learned this from Kate Martinson, former professor, former head of the art department at Luther College. And it's I resort to this when I am maybe done for a while with knitting. Although
Maybe we should have you come and teach a class. Is it a one-session class?
I don't know. It could be. I've never taught null-binding before.
She tried to teach me, but
I did, and we could still.
Janine's
do
a
that.
fabulous teacher.
Yes.
Fabulous
Thank
teacher. And she came and taught a stranded knitting class for us earlier this year.
Yeah, that was
And,
really fun.
You know, because she's on the road so much, it's hard to fit her into the schedule, especially for
Hard to fit me in anywhere.
especially for multiple classes. But if we could do a one session, null bending,
Could be.
bending,
Might
just
be fun.
basic stitch, and then some resources for where they could find out more.
Cool.
That could be fun. What do you guys
Think
think?
about
Yeah.
make a comment.
The other thing that, and we should probably wrap this up with Janine, because I know you got another appointment coming up this afternoon, but the other thing is that Janine has graciously given us yarns from her company to give away, and she just brought us a whole bunch more. Maybe Cecilia can reach them because they're over by her. So we're going to pick one of these yarns for our giveaway today. I don't know which one yet. But so Janine, and I know you watch our podcast, so you
Absolutely.
know we've had questions before for people of things that they should answer in order to enter the contest, and then just the last few times we've done make a comment, any comment.
We'll take anything.
But do you have an idea for a question, or should we just go back to that make a comment, any comment?
I think make a comment, any comment, and I think you should start with maybe giving this guy away. This is Yusha. This might be a good one to give away. There's a couple of really great one skein Yusha patterns on
And
our
it's
friend
good-
Ravelry.
It's a good time of year to get that because it's nice and bulky, and you
It's
whip something
soft.
up and keep the wind out of your face. Cause
Absolutely. Hat,
it's
collar,
been
something.
very, very breezy out there lately.
Very cold.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna like our walk later today, but yeah,
Gotta do
we'll
it
still do
anyway,
it.
girl.
Yeah.
Wrap yourself up in something super warm. You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, well, I think that's it. Thanks so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
for
let's let
joining
you
us.
go.
Thank
You're
you,
our
ladies.
first guest.
Yay!
Maybe she needs a prize of some kind. I don't
Oh,
know.
no, I don't need a prize. Just coming here with you ladies and being with you ladies today is my prize enough.
Well, we
Oh,
are on the
shucks.
internet.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
All right, well, thanks a bunch.
Thanks,
And,
Janine.
Bye, everybody.
all right, we're back. Isn't that fun to
It was.
talk with Janine?
Janine's the best.
Janine's great. We see her a couple of times a year. She comes in the fall and in the spring. Well, she comes for the spring-summer line this time of year.
Yeah.
And in the summer, in the spring, late spring, before
Yeah.
market, she'll come and show us the fall stuff. So
Yep.
yeah. So
Always fun.
so on that, we talked about, during that segment with Janine, we talked about what you have to do for the prize this next time. And wow.
Did you not?
Pick a number between 1 and 9. Go.
7.
Okay, 7. I don't know. I can't look it up on my phone because we're filming on my phone. Well, whoever's number 7 on the list when I get back there, 1.
You'll be a big winner.
I don't even have the thing to show you what you won.
But it's awesome.
I will put it on on, well, I'll probably put it on the screen someplace.
Yeah.
And then I will make sure to let you know on YouTube that you won as well. So,
It's fabulous.
yeah. I know, I'm so organized. Did we mention we were at Polka Dot Live this weekend and that we're really tired and we have a lot of things that need to be put away?
Yes. So many things to do yet.
Yeah.
So we got Jean DeCoster coming up.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah, we got that.
Yep.
That's a big thing coming up.
It is a big thing coming up. We also at Vogue, well, so first of all, Jean DeCoster, she's coming December 7th through 9th. I think those are the dates.
Yep.
And on Friday evening, she'll be doing her What Not to Knit, Who's Afraid of a Little Sweater, kind of fit and style clinic. If you come to that, you bring a sweater that you love to wear and one that is in your closet, but
You don't love it?
you just don't love it. What's wrong with it? And she's going to talk about everybody's things that they bring in and why it doesn't work with that person's body and some generic, general fit and style things. So that'll be fun. And I think that's $10. I can't remember.
Yeah. I think it's $10.
yeah.
I think that's right.
And then the next 2 days, she'll be working with you to develop a custom pattern for a sweater for you using her Elemental Affects Shetland fingering. I'm sorry,
Cormo.
no, Cormo Sport or Cormo worsted yarn. Cormo's a breed of sheep,
Yes.
and this is a yarn that she has her own little company, and that's one of her yarn lines. So she will take your measurements. She'll help you decide what design elements you want. Like, do you want 3/4 sleeves? Do you want a V-neck? Do you want a cardigan? All of that kind of stuff. And then she'll key in all that information into her pattern, and it will spit out a custom pattern for you. You'll start that in the class, and then she'll go over some techniques with everybody that are in her pattern, and then off you knit. And then after that's over, we'll have a few studios where you can come in and work with Shelley, who's made one of these sweaters already.
Yep.
And
It's the one here in the shop.
yeah, and so exactly. And so Shelley will be able to help you with any issues that you might have with the pattern or whatever. Not that
And,
she had
and
any
when
issues
you come
with.
in and sign up, we got little balls for you to knit your gauge swatches with.
Yeah.
So you don't need to use your yarn you buy for the sweater. You get to use just some. Jean sent us some yarn to use for everybody. So I think that's really nice.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice of her too. And then over the weekend at Vogue Knitting Live, we gave out postcards because we have our dates, our venue, and our teachers all set for Cloud 9 retreat next summer. So it's going to be the last weekend in June, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And our two instructors are going to be Kate Atherley. She's the technical editor at knitty.com. And then Keith Leonard, who is this amazing finisher and teaches at all the Vogue Knitting Lives and stuff. He has a company called, now I forgot.
That's what I named my company.
Yeah. I can't remember, but he also distributes a yarn of line called Soul Wool, so he'll be bringing that with him. That yarn's from, wow, my brain is really not working. Israel. I knew it was an I word, just couldn't think of it. Anyway, he'll be coming to teach classes as well. I don't know what classes they're going to teach at this point, but you can find out the dates, the venue, and the teachers on our website.
Yep.
And then hopefully by mid-December I'll have the classes pinned down, the rate pinned down, all of that
All
stuff.
the things.
We will be at the same place we were at last summer.
Which is an awesome
Yeah,
hotel.
which is the Hyatt Regency right by the Mall of America in Bloomington. And yeah, it's a new hotel. I think it'll be 3 years old or so
Yeah.
when we go again. And they just were really nice.
They were fabulous, good people. I stayed there.
I did too. It was great.
room was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so quiet.
It was a great room rate. They gave us a really good rate. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So I say you should come.
Yes.
That's what I say. I'll probably be there.
So if you go to our website, there's a link on there to click to be added to our interest list, and then you'll get an email when we get everything set up. So
And I've had a class with Kate Atherley, and she is awesome.
you had the War and Peace socks class, didn't you?
Yes.
So explain what that is.
In the book War and Peace, there's a section where this woman who's like, I guess the nanny or whatever, these children, the children beg her to do the magic knit sock trick or whatever, and she knits this one sock inside the other in one little hole on the same needles. And so then when she gets done, she binds off, and then voila, she has 2 socks.
She pulls one right out of the other.
And the kids are fascinated, which
Yeah.
they should be, because that's awesome. And so, yeah, no, I loved doing that. It was like perfect for how I knit.
Yeah.
So, but whatever she teaches is going to be fabulous.
Yeah,
because she
absolutely.
is just a really great instructor. She handled everybody fabulously.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone left there not knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
Which, I've been in classes where there's people who struggle and
Right.
they never really get it, and so
And I heard great things from people who took Keith Leonard's classes. And by the way, I remembered his company name. It's Knits All Done. So anyway, I was finish. I know there's knitting in there, but yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. And I am looking forward to it being summer again, since it snowed on Thursday, and I was really not ready for that. So all the leaves have not been taken off my lawn yet.
hey, this year at least all the leaves fell off my tree before it snowed. Last year I had green leaves on that stupid tree. It was like, I'm not ever turning. And so it was end of November or something finally. It's like, I guess I'll throw these leaves on top of these piles of snow. It's like, thanks. That helps me a lot. Can't rake that.
No.
So this year at least it threw down all those leaves before it snowed on top of them.
Yeah, well.
It's going to be warm later this week.
Yeah, I
in the
hope
40s.
the lawn guys come and take care of those leaves, because.
Well, I hope my husband comes out and takes care of my leaves.
I live on 5 acres. Okay, I have probably over an acre of lawn, so I'm not going out there. Yeah, whatever. So,
Did I ever
anywho,
tell you about the year that my mom decided that because we lived on 5 acres and we had animals, not like an actual farm, but we had like farm buildings.
Yeah.
But we had like every year my mom would buy animals and then we would fatten them up and butcher them.
Yeah.
We would eat them. And the one year she
as you do when you live in the country, because
Yes,
that's what we did
'cause
when
I- yeah.
lived in the country too.
But it wasn't like when I was little. We actually had a dairy farm,
Right.
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 Which was different. But the one year she's like, I'm just gonna have these calves come out, and it was not a good plan. She decided
To do the leaves for her?
because we
To
never
mow?
to mow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we've talked about that with goats.
Yeah, goats would be better at
Yeah,
it because
and apparently you can just rent them for
yes,
the day.
you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we didn't have coyotes in our area, I might do that.
Goats would be a better solution because their poops are much smaller.
Yes.
Just so you know.
True.
Little tiny round poops versus
Cow pats.
big poops.
Oh my gosh, we're talking about poop on our podcast.
We've talked about worse things.
Yeah, what else? Oh, funny. Well, what else do we have to talk about other than the big events? Well, next week is Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
Except I won't be here.
She won't be
I'll
here.
be in England.
I will be here. We will be closed on Black Friday. Do not come here.
Yeah.
Nobody will be here.
But
We
watch
will be
out for
sad.
Small Business Saturday,
We will
because
be
we
here
will
Small
be
Business
open and there
Saturday.
will be things going on.
Yes.
So
keep your eyes peeled.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you
Now,
can
I've
come
got
to the
this-
village. I'm sure there's stuff open on Black
Oh,
Friday,
I'm
like
sure.
Mainstream and
Yeah,
Olive
but we
Grove.
won't be
We
open.
won't be open, but
Yeah.
you can come and shop, have some lunch at Mandleberry, which is always delicious, and have a caribou.
Yeah,
You know, always support our lovely village.
yeah, absolutely.
'Cause-
Well,
and you know, when we walk, I will walk around and I'll think how great this would be as if the zombie apocalypse occurs, that we could really wall it off nicely and have like
have our compound.
have a compound, because you got that apartment building over there with a little tower,
Yeah,
so we could
Shoot from it, yeah.
sniper zombies. This is what I think
Cecilia's
about when I'm
always thinking.
I am. My
Yeah.
mind words nonstop, coming up with solutions to problems that don't even exist.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, on that note, and now that the sun is shining in my eyes,
Yeah, that's awesome. I can see.
I can't think of anything else, so I think
Yeah, I
maybe
thought
we
there
should
was
just call it a
something else
day.
We had to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, we won't be here until for 3 weeks because
Oh,
this
yeah.
one.
Yeah, because I'm going out of the country.
And also, I wanted to let everyone know, because the holidays are coming up, I'm going to be bringing in a whole bunch of different interchangeable needle sets. If you have a particular favorite you would like to see in the shop for the holidays, that maybe you would like to send a loved one in to say, hey, go buy this, just put a note down below and I will consider it. You know,
And remember, that comment counts as an
Counts as an
entry
entry.
into our...
our contest to win this beautiful big old skein of yarn.
Yeah.
And yeah, because now's that time that I'll be bringing stuff in, and you know, if someone's looking for something in particular, I mean, I have several interchangeable needle sets, and I couldn't live without them. This is one of them. This is my just regular knit pick set. I have the little mini ones. I've got I've got
so
carbons.
we saw the Chigu twist set.
Yes, the mini twist.
I want those so bad.
They're teeny.
They're teeny tiny. Well, they come in 2 lengths. The tips come in 2 lengths. One's like this, and one was like this.
Yeah, they're
And then needles to make either a 9-inch or a 12-inch, depending on which tip you use. I want them.
and they're small. They're
small sizes,
0
yeah.
to 2. Or
They're
something.
perfect
So,
for socks.
socks.
Say.
Yes. Or if you're gonna knit little lace things for your Barbie doll.
Sure.
You know, or probably your American Girl doll might be better.
Yeah, but I when I do socks, I do them on 9-inch circulars.
So do I. When I do them. So
yeah,
that's not very
that's pretty
often.
rare for me too.
Yeah.
So I would like a set of those. They're expensive, but I think they'd be worth it.
They're very solid.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see them in person.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So anyway, we should probably go, but thanks for joining us,
Yes.
and we will see you again in 3 weeks, just like this time because we
3.
missed last week.
Because food knitting live stuff.
So, yeah. All right. Thanks.
Good seeing you.
Bye.